So the ultimate dream of becoming a full-time day trader is not only the money, but it's actually the freedom of time that it gives us to do whatever we want, whenever we want. But as day traders, we are obsessed and all we want to do is think about trading. So the market could be closed for the holiday, could be closed for the weekend. We could be away on vacation, right? We could be done trading for the day early on, but we are still thinking about trading in one way, shape, or form. And it's very hard for the brain to fully unplug itself from the market. What I like to do is I like to go to the racetrack, which is what I did yesterday. I take my car out to the racetrack, and that is one way that I completely forget about the market and just not think about it, not talk to anyone about trading, not check any charts. And that is the ultimate thing that we want to do as traders, is to find something that works for us to fully unplug from trading for at least a day or a few hours at a time. Today is October 25th. Can't believe it's the last week of October already, and we only have 2 months left in the year. But today was day number 1 of the new evaluation with Take Profit Trader. So let me walk you guys through why I decided to sign up with them this time. If you watched my previous videos, I was with TickTick. I was able to withdraw a little bit from TickTick, and then I ended up hitting the max drawdown on it. The reason why I signed up with Take Profit is they had 50% off. Now it's only 30% off, and they also have no minimum days until first withdrawal, which with TickTick there's 40 days minimum for a 100% withdrawal. With them, I think it's only 80-20% at all times. With TickTick, you cannot take out the first 3,500 of the account or the initial drawdown of the account. And having live resets, so once you actually pass the evaluation, you could still reset it up to 3 times, versus other firms, you lose the live account, you have to go back to the evaluation. I decided to go with the 50K account because they are quite pricey. Daily loss is 1,100, and then end of day drawdown, which is basically the account size, is $2,000. So not bad. Gotta have consistency, right? So 10 days and 1 day cannot be more than 50% of total profit. I cannot have a day bigger than $1,500, which is not a big deal. And today was actually day number 3 of 10, but it's actually my first day because I opened and closed the trade on Monday, and same thing on Sunday to count it towards yesterday since I wasn't around yesterday. So today was day number 1, and then we are going to go over those trades. Again, if you want to check them out, go for it. But again, nothing wrong with TickTick. I just decided to go with Take Profit for now, and maybe once I get more confident again with bigger size, because the biggest benefit of TickTick is really the passing of the evaluation in less than 10 days. Let's dive into today's trades and let's go over what happened today and how we changed our style a little bit. So here at the open, it's 10 minutes into the day. The market's been pushing up quite a lot, and I am of course looking for a long trade here. So going with the overall trend, trying to get into a pullback, and confidence is a little low, so I am trading with just one contract. And here we get entered into a long, and unfortunately it wasn't the best entry, but you guys will see how it works out. So it took, it wasn't the cleanest trade, but ends up being actually a winner. And with this trade, I set my stop at break even just because I didn't think it was the best trade, even though ultimately in hindsight it was a great trade. All right, so here I get filled and we are up $200. So only one contract. And as I mentioned in my last video, I am going to try to go for a bigger risk to reward. So now I am going to try to go for 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 risk to reward and see how it goes, because then I'm able to just use one contract and still make the same profit on the winners. And oftentimes, like in this case, if I do get a winner, the market goes much higher or much lower in the direction of my target after I exit the trade. So here I exited at like 23 and the market is now at 38. So huge difference. And then I drew a channel here. So I drew a channel right there, and I thought that we are going to pull back into this channel, the low of the channel, right? So we have the upper channel, and then we have the lower channel. So I took it short there, and unfortunately it's not going to work out. So I should have waited for a better signal here than just going with the the channel. When you draw channels, you still need a confirmation that the channel is confirming, and it's giving you some kind of signal of the buyers exhausting and maybe the sellers coming in. But in this case, I kind of jumped in early, and you guys will see it's going to be quite painful because it's going to stop me out with a top tick. So right there, I get stopped on the top tick, and it was quite painful. But nothing to complain about. We just got to refocus and go from there. So then we have the low of the channel, right? So we have the low of the channel, and that's the next target of entry that I'm looking for. And that was the initial target of this trade. So if this trade would have never lost, I mean, it would have been a great day. It wasn't the case. But here you guys could see what I didn't want. So I'm waiting for the market to hit the low of the channel. So I'm more focused on this chart, which I have a full version of, right? So I'm looking at the full, like you guys just see a small preview of it. I'm actually watching the full thing, and I'm not focused as much on the order flow on the footprint, and I should have been, because you guys will see as soon as I click arm short, I get filled into a trade because there's 3 stacked imbalances right here, right? So we have 3 stacked imbalances there, and I didn't check that right away, and that's something that I really need to focus on because I didn't want to get filled here. I want to get filled closer to the low of the channel, especially if I could set up a trap here. So we could, you know, do like a trap. That would be a great signal for me, and that is what I wanted to do. However, I clicked the short button here, and that is looking for a long because we are using regression mode, and I'm gonna get filled instantly into the trade. And watch. And that is, you know, nothing with the software. It's my fault. I should have been paying attention more. But here you guys could see I am right away looking to get right back in, and that's what I did. So not only did I get back in, but I basically ignored this trade, and I was like, you know what? Let me go for 3-2-1 because now this is supposed to go much higher. If it actually ends up working, it should be going to the new highs, and it should make a new leg of the same distance that it did before. So this is actually a very reasonable target, and I think it could continue higher. But as you guys could see here, it's not really as easy as it looks, and that's what's going to make it more difficult with a bigger target. So when you trade for 2-1, 3-1, there's going to be a lot of trades that give you a decent profit and then come back. They're going to take a lot longer to fully finish. So we got caught in some chop here, but it's ending, you know, it's ended up going higher here, and we'll see how it ends up. But I don't know if this was like right here, actually. Yeah, so right here was a 2-1 target, so that would have been already a, you know, winning trade. But here, since I lost on this one, I wanted to go for 3-1, and I really believe that the market could go much higher since we bounced off this low of the channel, and now we are just trying to trap more shorts, basically, right? So it looks like it wants to roll over, and many times I would short this, and that's when I have the wrong feel of the market. I just knew it wanted to go higher, or at least I felt like it wanted to go higher, and that's what made this a winning trade. Ends up pulling back, so I did get lucky with a little bit of a top tick there. Ends up pulling back a little bit, but then it ultimately keeps going much higher. So another great example of a trade that it continues going higher in the direction of our exit, which is a great thing to see, that, you know, we could possibly make this into a 2-1 or 3-1 trading strategy, and we'll see how it goes. I am not sure if I'm gonna like it. There's a lot of trades that I might have 1-1 and then end up losing on it, right? So at that point, maybe I want to go back to just trading 1-1. But this was the final profit, $387 on day 1, so not a bad thing. And since we have to trade 7 more days or 6 more days, right? Yeah, 6 more days. We got to make $3,000 total. So we got to make bigger days happen. But today was just day number 1, and I was done in the first hour of trading, and we called it a day. So another hectic week ahead of me, but starting next week, it's going to be much better, guys. It's going to be much better. So I'm looking forward to making these recaps earlier in the day, maybe going live on YouTube as well a couple of times here and there. and giving you guys more content in general trading aspect, not just recaps. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for the support on YouTube. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Let me know if you guys have any questions. The system that I'm using is called Polarity ATI, so you can look them up on YouTube if you're interested. You could join my Discord in the discussion about how to trade stacked imbalances. And there's no holy grail to trading, so everyone is still learning. I don't even have a full black and white entry system yet, so I'm still working on that. And hopefully we could pass this evaluation and go live in second week of November once again. All right, so that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow on the recap. There's definitely gonna be a recap tomorrow as well. Peace out.